Hey everyone, welcome. This is Druanna here in beautiful, my gosh, cenote in Mexico. There's a beautiful cenote here in Puerto Morelos, hanging out in the jungle with this absolute serene beauty around here in the Palapas. Just wanted to show you that. Absolutely gorgeous. Look how beautiful and bitchin' it is. Hanging out here with family and friends. Brilliant, and it's so cold, the water. It's really cold, but it feels great because it's so freaking hot here right now. Perfect. But anyway, how are you guys? Much love and light, everybody. This is Druanna. So I just wanted to talk about the April webinar that's coming up on the Silver Bullet Trust that we're going to be doing. And it's mainly for, again, secure creditors and foreigners, because it is a foreign trust. It's very, very important and powerful for a lot of you. So I'm going to go ahead and go through. I just created a little, you see my little whiteboard? I figured since I'm out here traveling and everything, I figure I'd just take a picture of it instead of carrying the whiteboard with me. So Silver Bullet Trust is a foreign entity. And this particular Silver Bullet Trust is not a domestic trust, okay? This is for people that are, one, if you're an American, you're a secure creditor, okay? Or you have a background in secure creditor work, you understand that, even in having a sovereign background as well, you would understand a little bit of the why it's so powerful to be a secure creditor in the first place, to go on the private side. So it's for those that are really understanding that, and they're not freaking out and thinking, oh, it's bad, it's illegal, it should be only for foreigners. When you actually understand that the United States corporation is actually a foreign entity, Mexico corporation, all these countries that we think are countries are actually corporations, okay? And they all are part of what? A foreign trust, which they have foreign agents or foreign employees working for the company, okay? So, and with that being said, the police, the courtrooms, they're all foreign entities. They are foreign agents working from a foreign corporation, which is protected by a foreign trust, okay? And there's a good video that I want you to watch. If you don't understand that, and you're an American, you don't understand that, what I would highly recommend is watch the video, The Crown. Just go to the link below and click on the link and watch the video. It is very, very enlightening, okay? And if you're liking this presentation so far, please hit the subscribe button, give me a like, okay? and I can bring out more presentations like this. It actually really inspires me to do that. Okay, so moving forward. So for those of you who are secure creditors operating on the private side, and those that are foreign, that you live in another country, you don't necessarily have to be a nationality of that foreign country. You just all you need is an address from the foreign country of basically saying, yeah, I live in the Bahamas, I live in, Mexico, I live in Italy or whatever. That's all you need. You don't really need anything else, okay? And so basically you have the power to protect your wealth, protect your funds, protect your money from the IRS, from seizures, seizing of your assets. Let's say that you're in a country, okay, that, they're basically saying, if you don't do this, if you don't do that, if you don't do what we tell you to do, we're going to seize your property. We're going to seize your cars. We're going to seize your children. We're going to seize your money. We're gonna shut down your bank accounts and all of that stuff, okay? Say that you're in a really, really strict country and you have to deal with this. Now, having a private foreign trust is extremely so important. It's something that you would need. It is, you need this. You would need this if you live in a specific country like that. Okay, kind of like Canada. I have a lot of Canadian students. I have students from Australia, New Zealand, UK, Poland, I mean, all over the world, okay? So I just wanted to say, so basically the power of having a silver bullet trust, the reason is to protect your wealth, to protect the wealth that you have, to protect your assets, to protect your money from vultures and certain, and be able to continue your legacy. I'm trying to read my own writing here. It protects assets, cars, houses, boats, RVs, bank accounts, corporations, LLCs, real estate, property, and so forth. From creditors, lawsuits, the IRS, if let's say that, you know, the IRS wants to take too much of a piece or too much of a too much from you, or the IRS in your country or whatever, you're going to be protected by this foreign trust. So say even if you live in Italy, it doesn't matter. You can still get this foreign trust. You live in the UK, you can still get this foreign trust, and I'll explain a little more about it. You can also protect you from mean exes, you know, exes that want to get back at you, and they're like, hey, I want to take your property from you. You know, we've been married for a long time. I want to take half the money or more of your money. Then this foreign trust is really going to help you. And again, if you are a secure creditor, you can be the trustee. Okay, so I'm going to get into this. Okay, so now only those of you that are secure creditors will understand this. Okay, if you are a secure creditor and you're on the private side, operating on the private side, yes, you can be your own trustee for this particular trust, and you could be the grantor. Okay, so it would be considered, it would not be considered an irrevocable trust, because what an irrevocable trust is basically saying, you know, I'm a grantor of the trust, and I'm giving ownership over to the trust, not the trustee. The trustee is like an employee, an administrator, someone who works on behalf of you. Like you hire this person, or it could be a family member, and then, you know, somebody. Now, I used to say, okay, I do apologize from my other videos. In a domestic trust, you have to be careful. In a domestic trust, you know, they cannot be family members. Trustees cannot be family members. And I will say that clearly, okay? If it's an irrevocable trust, you want to be protected from a lawsuit and all sorts, then, or any seizures of any kind, you don't want to have a family member to be a trustee of your trust. They can be beneficiaries, not a problem, okay, for domestic trusts only. Why? Because the judge, if they call you into court, what the judge can do is turn the creditors, turn your beneficiaries into creditors, okay? They'll turn all your beneficiaries into the creditors that you owe money to. That's speaking of the domestic trust only. Okay, there have been a lot of changes due to also my knowledge. The bulletproof foreign trust, you can get away with a lot more than a domestic trust. It cannot be pierced like a domestic trust can be. You know, I hear people say, oh, family trust. You know, there's a family trust, there's a, you know, a 508 trust, or, you know, all these other types of, you know, revocable trust. You know, yeah, a revocable trust sure is fine because you're in control. You could be the trustee, you could be the grantor at the same time. But the problem is the creditors can still come after you and take all your funds, take all your money, or whatever is what is on the trust. So you really don't have any protection, even though it is very popular. People, you know, it's cheap too. You know, $200, whatever. You can get yourself in a revocable trust set up, domestic, and all that. Not a problem. But what's the point of having a trust if you know you cannot pass on your legacy to your loved ones when you move on and die, right, or transition? So with a international foreign trust like this one, you can have either an irrevocable or revocable. An irrevocable, like I said, is basically you are the grantor, and you give everything over to the trust, and you let the trustee operate or administer the trust. Okay, they manage the trust for you on your behalf. They open up the trust checking account on your behalf, and they can also give you, you know, the card, or they can keep the card for you and go shop for you or whatever. But you cannot put money in. I mean, you cannot take money out of it. You can't go to the bank and say, I need money, I need to pull it out. You know what I mean? And because of that, it's because, you know, if you show that you have any control of the trust, if it was domestic, then they can use that against you. But for a foreign trust, You can be the trustee of your own trust when you become a secure creditor, though. Only you have to be a secure creditor to do this. You can't just be, if you're an American, you have to be a secure creditor. If you're not a secure creditor and you're an American, then I would highly recommend that you would do the irrevocable foreign trust, because you let the trustee administer the trust for you, and you let the judge, you let everyone know, hey, you know what, I don't own anything I don't own anything on the trust. The trust owns it, okay? And if it were to ever be challenged, let's say in court, it could not go to court because the judge would have to fly to Italy or wherever the trust was created. And the cool thing, you don't have to go to, let's say, another country to create this trust. You could just put it that you created the trust in that specific country. And you can, we have our own notary in America. We have our own notary in America if you need one. If you're in another country, you can have your notary signature there, or you can even have the notary. It doesn't matter. You can have the notary here there in the United States, okay? Because really, it's an international trust. The trust was created from another country. And so it's like you're walking the trust from this foreign country, let's say Mexico, that's me from Mexico, and then I move it over to the United States. So it was acknowledged in Mexico, it's acknowledged in the United States by a notary. Okay, I can get it acknowledged in Spanish, have the trust in Spanish, and then have it acknowledged by a notary here in Mexico. So that way I can show them, hey, I got one in Spanish and one in English, but they all came from Mexico. Okay, and what really gives it the power, it's not just that the trust is written. Okay, it's a written document. It's not that alone. What gives it the power is the fact that you will receive a letter, an EIN number. Again, if you have an international address, okay, or you live in another country, you don't have to be a citizen or not, you have to have an address in another country. You will get a letter from the IRS, and they will give you the private foreign EIN number for the specific trust. And what it does, it takes you out of the jurisdiction of the domestic jurisdiction. So they cannot have any control or say, because you are now operating and your trust is operating now as a foreign entity, and you can become the foreign agent of this foreign entity as well. Muchas gracias, señorita.
Dora can have this or no?
Who?
Is your order okay to have?
Oh, no. A little, teeny bit. Okay, sorry, had to cut. Okay, so anyway, you could do a lot of things with this trust. It will protect you from anything. And then for the secure creditor, if you have this foreign trust, you can open up your own bank account. Isn't that nice? And with that, you can open up your own foreign corporation too. For instance, I have 3 corporations. They are, I opened them up through the phone. I called Bank of America. I opened up my foreign corporations, got everything set up, and they're all connected to my foreign trust. Okay. So if anything were to happen, and the IRS has already been notified. I have let them know that I am secure creditor and all that, because I am Mexican and I am American. So I had to notify the IRS and let them know, okay, I changed my status. I am now a secure, I am on the private side. I'm a secure creditor. And I also have a private foreign trust, and I received this letter from the IRS stating that I received this private foreign, this EIN letter, which will confirm, and which I can actually use to open up my bank account with, but I have to have a trust set up with it, the trust documents, not just walk over there with a letter from the IRS and then say, oh, hey, open up my trust. And a lot of people are doing it wrong. That's inaccurate. You have to, and inappropriate, you have to have trust documents, okay? And these trust documents that we have are very, very powerful. That could really, really help you get your everything set up for you. Extremely powerful. They'll be able to protect your, let's say if you have a house, from anything, any seizures, any foreclosures, it could be protected because it's in a foreign trust, a foreign entity. So Anyway, the next one. Okay, who qualifies? Well, the only people that qualifies for this specific trust are business owners, investors, those who actually have assets, funds, property, etc., real estate, and a lot of money. They have a lot of money. They're not poor and broke. They don't have anything. No, this is for people that actually have something to protect. A lot. Okay, they can also protect their family members. They can, and the wealth that they have as well. So, you have to be qualified in order to be part of this webinar in April, from the April 1st to the April 4th. And again, you could be foreign, you could be from another country outside of the United States, or you could be from the United States as well. But we, as I said, if you're an American and you're not a secure creditor, what I highly recommend, you can have access to this trust, but have someone else be your trustee for you. It's better that way. It will protect you much, much better because, you want to have as much protection as you possibly can. The only people that actually understand this, like I said, secure creditors can actually do this, open up their trust checking account, not a problem. They can do that because they understand. They understand that they are not the person. They understand that they're not the what do you call it? The artificial entity, because that's what a person is. It's a whole other lingo. It's very, very interesting. It's stuff that I've been studying for many, many years. If you don't know much about being a secure creditor, I highly recommend go to securecreditor.com. That is my other page. Go there and learn about what it's like to be a secure creditor. Anyone from anywhere in the world can be a secure creditor, by the way. It's not just Americans, because you're going to see about the history, what the Crown has done to the world. Okay, they have taken people's money, they've seized, they've taken their gold and silver away, they've taken their, everything from them in exchange of funny fiat money, which are IOU notes that have no real backup. There is no gold, there's no silver backup at all. It is just the only backup that they have is someone's hard work and toil, working and struggling for this dollar that has no value. Like Bitcoin. Bitcoin has value. Crypto has value. Silver and gold have value. But unfortunately, it was seized. And they can keep still seizing your gold and silver. Okay? So basically, you have a lot of power. This is actually one of the most powerful trusts you could ever have. Again, it is not domestic. You have to have a foreign trust. And with it, again, you can move. It's tax exempt as well. You don't pay any taxes at all. You don't need to, because it's a foreign entity. Okay? So if you enjoyed this presentation, please give me a like, subscribe to this channel. I also, I do some readings every now and then. I am an intuitive psychic advisor, and I've been for many, many years. And I also share crypto tips as well. All right? Much love and light. Take care, and looking forward to seeing you in April. We only have 8 more seats left. So if I were you, get on it. The deadline is on March 15th or until the seats are filled. We could take half up front of the price, and then you can pay the rest by March 15th if you wish to hold your seat. And I would hold your seat really quick, because last webinar we had over 22 people and it filled up very fast. All right, take care. Bye-bye.